All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to The Dance, y'all. This is a podcast centered around the world of tree climbing competition and those that devote their lives to its pursuit. We're proud to share some stories of bells rung, swings had, ascenders that clanked, and the future of our craft. Harness up and get ready to sound the horn. This is the Smooth Saw. Hey everybody, welcome back to the latest episode of the Smooth Saw podcast. This episode, we're kind of laying out some fun things, some new things, and talking about the future of the podcast. Don't worry, it's not going away. If anything, I think we've just made it way better, way cooler, and hopefully hopefully more impactful and more enjoyable. And our hope also is to make it more frequent than it has been. So I get into the whys of all that, but just to hop on here before the episode gets rolling and let everybody know everything all is well. One of our employees, that's the way he you know way he greets us. All is well, and I love it. Try to take some of that energy and apply it to my day to day as well. But all is well. Um, Apologies for the the delay from the last episode to this episode. We talk about that in this episode, so I'm not going to get super into it. But it's life comes at you hard and comes at you fast, and this is no different. So thank you to everybody who's reached out asking about the podcast. Thank you for everyone who continues to listen. And it's the time of year where Spotify has its whole rap thing, and it's just really humbling when folks tag me in that or send me messages and stuff like that to see just how many minutes of this folks have consumed, even with not releasing something in a while. So um, apologies about that again, and I hope that in the future we have a little bit more of a consistent product in a way to share with everyone, because it's this is I know there's some cool opportunity here, and but also I'm just want to take time, especially in this season, to express my gratitude for everyone that's listened up to this point. And if you're new to the podcast, welcome. Um, use this for what you will. Hopefully, this helps you become certainly a better competitor, but a better arborist. Hopefully, a better person through just hearing the different interactions we have. And yeah, I hope you have fun. Hope you have fun listening to it. We have a lot of fun making it, and yeah, to really just go ahead and let's dive into the episode. First, let me thank you to the sponsors that we have. Cron Vertical Living, they're a big supporter of the podcast. And if you don't know anything about Cron's products, go look them up. Hit up our other uh, sponsor of the podcast, Arb Session. There, be Arbsessed. But yeah, Cron's products are legendary, beautiful colors, awesome performing ropes. Whether you primarily climb stationary rope, moving rope, like the foot lock, like the body thrust, love mechanical devices, love hitch based stuff. They do them all. The bags are cool. Especially if you're a big fan of the cross bags, the ones that like open up in the middle. Our new bag is our new version of that bag is coming out, and it's dope. It's super cool. A lot of thought and collaboration went into creating the this version of it. So if you're super into the Cross Pros, you'll be pleasantly surprised if you've never tried it before. Um, it'll be a cool one to try. suspension system's a little bit different. The waist belt's a little different. There's a removable top now. So instead of like straps that kind of hold your helmet down, this like helmet bag can pop off, and it's got it can turn into its own little mini backpack with these straps. There's a rope tarp that comes with it. I love rope tarps. The cross rope pros are uh they're cool for me. I'm not the most organized of climbers, so all the little gear loops and stuff like that. I know I don't maximize it, but the fact that it comes with this cool drawstring rope tarp, especially at the end of the day, like we're all climbers, and we're trying to get off the job and either go home or go to the next job. Just throw stuff in, pull the drawstring up, collapses all the gear into the rope tarp, or the rope into the rope tarp. Throw it in the Cross Pro, fold it up, clip it up, throw it on your back, throw it in the truck, good to go. So cruise on over to ARB session, and you can find Cront products there. You can use hashtag SmoothSaw, and that'll get you a discount at ARB session. So thank you, ARB session, for your support of this podcast, but also just the way that you support the arboricultural community as a whole. Casey Sellner and company over there. Just great people, great service, great products, great supply. I mean, talk about having fun. They're all about having fun. Their logo is a smiley face. Like, how do you not have fun with that? So, thank you for what you do. Thank you for how you support us, and appreciate that. Outmust Tree. Um, Thank you for planting trees for all the podcasts that we have released in the past. And yeah, just again, that will always be cool to me that trees have been planted for talking about trees and tree stuff and tree climbing competitions. So uh, cruise on over to atmostree.org, and you'll learn more about them online. So thank you. Those are our sponsors, and you know that's that's it. So welcome back to the latest episode of the Smooth Saw, and I hope you enjoy. Have a great and safe day. Enjoy the pod, and you'll be hearing from us. Cheers.
Let's
Oh
go
yeah,
right into this thing.
yeah. No, this thing's official now. Like one, because we're doing it finally, but two,
Right?
the last time we did this, it was way low tech in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
Just like, well, throw the computer on and see what happens.
Yeah. We had those little
So
like lapel mic things that you just stuck
yeah,
under your shirt. Yeah, that was
which
as far as she
I
goes.
I still have those and still need like a 17-year-old to teach me how to incorporate that stuff better. So
Uh
hopefully, yeah, Zach, my brother Zach said he's
yeah,
down to help us edit stuff. So
sweet.
hopefully, hopefully, him being 7 years younger,
Yeah.
maybe it's a bit of a leg up. So
Maybe.
we'll see.
If not, I'll talk to Edda, my 10-year-old. She could
Yeah,
probably
I
figure it
know
out faster.
we're getting close with the kids. We're
Yep.
almost to
Yep.
the point where the kids are actually like helpful in a business capacity. So,
How was the run?
uh, oh, much needed,
Yeah.
much needed. That's the thing
Nice.
about like having been sick is it's all I can think about is like, oh, the fitness is just dropping by the second. Like,
Yeah.
it was in such a good spot before I got sick, and then it's like
Yeah.
gotta get it back.
Yep.
I got to get an IV. Like I was so dehydrated, and
Nice.
up to that point, it's like, yeah, I didn't even have to like flex my muscles to get like a vein to pop out, and they're just like, "Where is
Flat.
it?" I guess
Yeah.
we got to hit them with the band, and I'm like, "No, no."
Dang. Wow.
So,
How long were you out?
I was down Thursday, Friday, and a good. I probably should have sat out Saturday as well, but Lucy had a dance recital, so
Nice.
I, mustered up some uh,
Can't miss
some
that.
gumption, hopped in the
Yeah.
shower, and
Nice.
slammed a Starbucks, and ran over there.
Very
But
nice.
yeah, yeah. How you
Good.
living?
Good. Good, man. Etta had her first basketball game today, so that was fun. Doing my best to not get emotional watching her, but it's also really cool to, see her get into it. Like, I think that as a parent, or I'm sure most every parent looks on at their child with the same kind of feelings, but to see them kind of lock in and get those competitive juices flowing, there's not much like it. It's pretty cool to watch. And
Oh yeah,
super proud of her effort. Uh, Pretty cool to watch. So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is she like so? How fiercely competitive is she?
Uh,
It's
I
like
think
it's a
she's still,
problem, a bit of a
yeah,
problem in our house.
yeah. Not like Cedar. Probably not like Lucy either. Yeah, I think she's still too nice. But she
Yeah,
definitely she has it in her, and it's fun to watch her turn that on.
yeah.
So.
So healthy, so healthy level of competitiveness is how I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, yeah. Wonder
Yeah.
what that must be like.
What is it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're like, oh, you missed a shot. It's not the end of the world. Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, you're losing by 2 points. Sick. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sick. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's not that bad.
yeah.
It is, but yeah, that was
Heck
good.
yeah.
And getting a bunch of climbing in the frozen tundra up here. It's I think on Friday. I didn't get any climbing in Saturday, but Friday got a bunch in, and I think the high was 22 and feels like of 16. So it was fun.
Mm, yeah. We have some of your nonsense down here right
I
now
saw.
that it melted,
Okay.
and as we sit here now, they just canceled Cedar's school. They canceled Lucy's school earlier, but they just canceled Lucy's in prepar or Cedar's in preparation for tomorrow,
Dang.
which you know is just like, all right, cool. And now is the guy who's got to make the call on work stuff. It's like
Yeah.
this is miserable. We missed 2 days last week because of weather. It's like holidays, family stuff. It's like goodness.
It's
It's
that
like I
time of
love this
year.
time of year. I love this time of year, but at the same time, this can stop. Like this could all stop. It'd
I
be
got
fine. Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, then tell me how was your rescue symposium?
It was sweet. So this is our third year doing it. Um, Melissa, uh, of Melissa and Bear.
Yeah.
Um, she and her husband are building a house right now. So normally Melissa has been a part
She's
of it the
down there.
past 2 years.
Yeah.
So this year Melissa couldn't come, so she tagged in Bear, which is awesome because I haven't really got to hang out with Bear nearly as
Yeah.
much. Like all the years um, I've known them, I've known Melissa, I guess, better, longer.
More. Yeah.
Um, and so it was really cool to hang out with Bear. What
Heck yeah.
later found out I probably got sick because of Bear. But that's fine.
That's fine.
It was bound to happen. I hadn't been sick
Yeah.
all year, so it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Um, but it was awesome. Yeah, we didn't have anyone from super far away. It was all in chapter folks this year. So we had 12 um, came from Maryland, Northern Virginia, and then my
Okay.
hometown, Virginia and Chesapeake. And
Nice.
it was cool. I mean, other than us having rain on Tuesday, which
Mm.
forced us to come inside, it which ordinarily is like, okay, how's this going to go? Unfortunately, at True Timber, we've got the trees
Yeah.
and stuff inside. So the coolest part was watching them like start slow with like scenarios and just kind of like feeling one another out about how wacky they could do it. And then by the end of Tuesday, they were
Huh.
doing just dumb stuff to one another. Like really just crazy scenarios, like making up all kinds of wacky
now,
stuff.
now,
At one point,
do you let the students kind of pick their own scenarios, or do you pick? Like, I'm assuming, like the first day, second day, you kind of set the stage, and then as it
mhm,
progresses, then they get to make up their own, or how's that work out?
kinda, yeah. So I guess it's technically a 3-day deal because the very first
Mm,
day we offer first aid CPR training. So we had it's not, everybody doesn't show up because not everybody needs it, but we had a few folks on that first day that we were setting up. Monday is a lot of gear inspection, and then we go outside and actually work on climbing specific stuff, ascent techniques, movement in tree, route planning, throw line, um, talk about spar positioning, spar work, and then get into spar rescue on day one. And not everybody does that specific thing, so
mm,
are really like our experience levels every year are kind of all over the place.
mm,
So what we do every year is have stations set up, and each of us, this year Bear, Peter, and I, and then Ross actually volunteered as like an assistant instructor. So I was
my
like
man.
so proud,
Yeah.
so proud, watching watching your youngins, grow up and step up and
Oh
into stuff. It's
shucks,
just yeah,
they
just
just grow up
just
so damn fast.
does this old man's heart so good. Makes me so proud to see these up
Heck
and
yeah.
comers, this young generation just taking over.
Heck yeah.
Um, but I mean, we did he and I did a, demonstration on spar work and then spar rescue, and then he ran the spar rescue station all afternoon. So then it allowed me to like, you know, talk about ascent and talk about
Mm,
movement and all that stuff. So that's day one. Day two is a lot more rescue centered, where Kelsey actually comes in and does like gives a perspective from the hospital's point of view
yeah.
of what we potentially would do in the field and how that can relate. And then also just like for folks that weren't there for first aid CPR on the very first day,
Yeah.
she winds up like reinforcing a lot of those same things, like,
For sure.
you know, tourniquet usage, tourniquet placement, like stuff, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and then we get into like, okay, and it's still kind of like a spread out into stations and kind of learn in your own skill set sort of a way. It's just
Mm,
because we're inside, it's a lot more compact, which then turns, it's like a fun chaos because
mm,
everyone's just like jumping in and adding stuff and that's where I say like they started making things crazy where we were still, guiding, I guess, the narrative and the training in that way, but it was just kind of like we would do a rescue. They'd come down, we'd all debrief it as a group,
mm.
and then they would all switch places.
Nice.
Um, so it was cool.
Now, were you?
One company brought their spider lift, so
Oh, no way.
we were able to actually telescope the lift into a different building, and
Heck
I could
yeah.
do some like lift rescue on that
Oh,
on that rainy day. So
nice. Now, were you guys? I'm assuming, like between Bear, Peter, and you guys all had like your own station, and then you would divvy up amongst. So you had three stations going at once, or did you have
mhm.
like everybody just kind of watching each other? How'd that work out?
It started out as just two stations inside,
Mm,
and it was kind of like the more novice climbers went into one space. The more, I guess, experienced ones went over to the other. And then it started off just like one rescuer or one victim, one rescuer. Then it slowly started to graduate to 2 victims, 1 rescuer, then 2 victims, 2 rescuers. Then 2 victims, 2 rescuers, 4 folks on the ground team, then having others like then it escalated again to like now we're EMS and so like what started off very observation based wound up
Yep.
involving everyone except us as instruct I say except us like Ross was in on every single rescue in some way shape or form, which I was like
Heck
that
yeah.
poor boy's back is, just
He's gonna.
recently healed and they're
Yeah.
yarding on this kid. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's like all bent over and I'm just like, "Oh, but maybe don't." And then they grab his shirt and rip him up and I'm like, "Ooh, all
Ugh.
right. All right, he's fine. He's fine to be young again."
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
Do
uh,
you feel like that's been your progression throughout the other years as well?
mhm,
And I'm
yeah.
assuming like because obviously you don't know exactly who's going to sign up, so you get what whoever shows up, and almost inevitably you've got that mix of skill sets and experience levels and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm sure that's what makes the fun of it too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and just being like ADD and
Yeah.
like I like on the very first day when we're doing our icebreaker thing to like, okay, what's the one thing you're hoping to get out of this course? And
Yeah.
as everybody's going through, I'm writing down all the notes. Um, and then making sure like in our breaks, we as instructors get together and be like, okay, did we all hear this the same way? This is what I wrote down. Um, this person, has only been climbing for a couple months total. This person's been climbing for 20 years.
Hmm.
Like, how do we want to game plan this when we step outside? So there's a lot of planning that we do going into it to make sure
Hmm.
that we're on board about the things that we want to talk about. But then when we
Yeah.
actually get into the event, it's really fun to then think on your feet and be like, all right, how can we adapt for this person in this situation?
Yeah.
This, we had one fella that primarily operates the lift and wants to climb more, and his big thing was like, I just want to get better at climbing. So I can be helpful in a rescue, but like I really don't know much about climbing. We
Yeah.
have another dude that we like DQ'd all of his gear, like
Oh.
basically. Um, but unfortunately, we've got an ARB supply shop that's like right up the road, so
Yeah. Right.
he was
Shout
able
out
to cut
shelter.
out. Yeah, yeah, no free ads,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you wanna pay for some ads there, shelter, that'd be dope. Um, but yeah, he ran right up the road, spent a couple grand on new gear and ran back down the next
Nice.
day. But the cool thing was he was just so yeah, right. It's all of us. Like we don't know what we don't know till we
Yeah.
know what we then know.
Till you're informed.
Um, right. So then he shows up the next day with all this gear, just so excited of
Oh
like, all
man.
right, let's how do we use this? Like,
It's super
and
cool because I mean, I know we've all been at numerous climbing comps where you have to, either being on the competitor side and seeing somebody else get their gear, confiscated, or being on, the judging side or the volunteer side, and having to have those conversations with folks, and some of them just are not happy. So to
yeah,
have that experience, that's awesome, man.
yeah, yeah, and hopefully, I mean, if any manufacturers list, if you are one of the 50 people that listen to this thing, um, want to donate some samples to make it less stressful for folks, that would be cool. That was one of our debriefs as instructors at breakfast on Wednesday was how can we like make that part better?
Mm,
And we initially were like, oh well, we should buy this, we should buy that, we should have this on hand, all that. And I was like, oh man, but that's like so much money for something that like we don't generate a ton of savings from by the time it's all said and done to like roll it
sure.
into the next year.
Yeah.
Like by the time you bought like a Kinesi, it's all gone.
You're done. Yeah.
So so
What's your plan with the course? Like what do you see it evolving into?
it's a good question. I could see it very easily right now could evolve into a third day. Like
Yeah.
we would have to do virtually nothing additional, and we could fill a third because it's we get to the end of the second day. We were saying this too of like what's cool is everybody shows up on day one. By the end of the first day, when we all go out to dinner together, there's some good bonding that's happened. Then there's obviously bonding around beers and pizza because we go to the same local brewery. So folks show up the next morning, um, a bit more bonded together, and they end day
Yeah.
two just like so cool with one another,
Yeah.
super chummy.
Right.
Like the way we treat people bond so fast
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
So then I like we were saying at breakfast that next morning of just like, man, how cool would it be if we had a day three
Mm.
that then people roll in with that and then we jump like what are the questions that are gonna get asked then? Like what like we could do a whole day. We don't even touch on rigging because it's meant
Mm.
like the very first one was just aerial rescue based. And
Mhm.
then we learned like, okay, we need to modify this and have it be climbing as well because some of these folks are coming in and they barely know how to ascend into the tree, not just stationary rope, but like tying in closed system, hip thrust in, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, let's modify that. But then we also got, because we send feedback, like forms out to the participants every year to be like, all right, we ask for your feedback like in front of the group. Not everybody's extroverted like that. If you want to like give
Yeah.
us like harsh feedback, constructive, please be
Yeah.
constructive.
Yeah.
Um, but give us like real feedback because we want to like make this better. And our participants have just been so gracious and honest and constructive. Um, shout out Dustin Ford. Um,
My man.
and Steve Canale. It's
Yeah.
been
Cool.
it's been awesome getting their perspectives. For especially for the first, Steve came to the first two. So it was
Okay.
it was really great to get
Yeah.
his feedback. But so we take that and then add to it. Like that's how Spar Rescue came into the repertoire because we were like nobody really talks about it. Nobody
Yeah.
teaches it. Like
Yep.
it's a hard thing to teach.
Yeah.
Um, it's a hard thing to
Thing
do,
to do.
which is why it's a hard thing to teach. Like
Yeah.
especially, right, I'm gonna push a few buttons here, especially when
Let's
it
go.
comes to like the. I know it's our podcast.
Let's go.
Skip forward, turn it off, unsubscribe, whatever. And then there'll be 49 people listening instead of 50. Um, but especially like when I think about it in the like we should do things and get paid for it. I'm not saying everything shouldn't be free. We should be compensated, appropriately for the things we do. And there are certainly things you do because you're passionate about it, and don't really expect much in the way of income. But
Yeah.
the organizations that like want to profit off of training, like really like try to like make a business out of it, is like
Mm.
as an American who understands capitalism well, I get it. I
Mm.
see the opportunity. Like every day, I'm like, oh, there's loads of opportunity.
Mm.
Working like over this last year, working more on the compliance side of things and like working more with insurance companies and OSHA and stuff like that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I get why someone would want to pursue it. So when it comes where I'm going is like when it comes to spar rescue, that's not like the easiest thing to
Oh,
like,
sure.
hey, let's throw this into a course and try to make some cash money off of it because it's going to
Yeah.
go over people's heads.
It's an
Or
awful lot of work for
yeah,
potentially not a lot of return on investment since you're
oh yeah,
talking business.
and it's just like practically it's difficult to like find things to spike. Like that's one of the
Sure.
awesome things that Jared and the academy's done is they've created
Yep.
those modular systems to teach spar
Yeah.
work and
Yeah.
and negative rigging and all that stuff. But then also they teach spar rescue because it's like they
Right.
can.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not like fully poking fun at people in that way, but it is
Yeah.
like I but it's a real thing. Like it
Mm,
should be talked about more,
mm.
and it's not. And I know it's hard. So fortunately, we have a property where our owners just chill with us spiking sweet gums because we hate sweet gums. So he's like, "Yeah, kill them all,
Get
kill them
after
all,"
it.
and it doesn't kill him. We're like,
Yeah.
"Crap."
They just kind of laugh at it, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
totally appreciate that. We have our training facility. I'm really happy that to work with Rich, Hattie, and Ensa, and those folks to get these just ground receivers, very similar in what academy guys are doing, but to just put them in a hole with an ASB or a loader or whatever, and then attach them in such a way that they're supporting up to a 25-foot bolt, and we can do whatever we want to them as well. So
yeah,
really, really,
yeah,
really
that's rad.
excited for that. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
that's what like line workers, that same concept, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We had it at the expo, the booth had it
Hmm.
there. So, but when it actually goes into the ground, I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's happening. So
that's cool. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
heck yeah,
but yeah, in terms of where we want it to go, the future of it, it's kind of like the course itself as it's happening. It's just like it's just going to go where it's going to
it's
go.
just going.
Um,
Yeah.
it stresses Peter out like to the max that it doesn't like sell really until 6 weeks before the
Mm.
class is supposed to happen. And I'm just like, man, say you're say more about how you're a planner without saying anything. Like, and
Say
also
to,
let me say less about how little of a planner I am without
yeah,
saying anything because I'm like,
and
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
and many of us in the tree industry are as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I love Peter so much for is like he's like wants he's just a planner. He wants to know
yeah.
all the details. And I know I frustrate the ever loving mess out of people with that personality because I'm just like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day of? Oh yeah, yeah. We're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How
just
long's
want
your
yeah. Well,
presentation? It's like two
right.
hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you done anything
Exactly.
yet? No.
Nope.
Well, when do you
Yeah.
go on? Like now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Our wives in Florida. Have y'all
Yep.
talked about this? No.
No. No.
How long do you have
Yeah.
to talk about this? 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
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 What?
A whole 48 hour not 48 hours, it's really 16 hours, but still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. Okay. We have now how long have we talked now? Like 20 minutes. So why are
Yep.
we talking? Yeah.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah.
Why are we
Um,
talking, Jeff?
yeah. Well, one, because I love you. Um, yeah. Yeah. Brother from another mother. But,
Sir.
so the the title of the episode, I think, is gonna be "Get Ready for the Next Episode." Um,
Nice. I like it.
and, especially it's funny, like, I don't know why my algorithm is doing
Mm.
this right now, but it's a lot of 50 Cent and Diddy drama, which is kinda hilarious to just kinda dot like, just let that play itself out, like, and just anyway, but that means it's also a lot of Eminem is in there, so I was like, "Alright, get ready for the next episode." Snoop Dogg,
Hold up.
like, yeah. Um, anyway, so we, there has not been a podcast from the Smooth Saw that has dropped in several months now. Um, so last one I did where I interviewed Jack. That was great. Had a lot of fun chatting with Jack. Have had a lot of fun chatting with everybody and doing all these interviews and stuff. And it's talking about labor of love and doing a burden. Like it's this. I've said it in different episodes. Of just how much goes into this and how much well really doesn't come from it in a way other
What
than
we
just like,
don't
hey,
get out of it. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like, hey, you help me, you know, you know, get medal and rescue, and it's like that's so awesome. Like it
Yeah,
makes this whole thing worth it,
for
right?
sure.
Of
Yeah.
like, um, the problem is when my life load increases, this gets thrown on the back burner.
Mhm.
Um, and then my inbox gets blown up. Oh, when's the next episode? When's the next episode? Da, 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 da. And it's like I appreciate all that, but also it's just really easy. Reference not being a planner. Let's
Yeah.
go back to that. It's really easy to be like, okay, no, this I don't have time. I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do that this weekend, or I'll get to it, and then all of a sudden it's been 3 months.
Mhm.
I'm going somewhere with this story. Everybody that's listening, so
I
just
swear.
bear with him. It's been months since an episode's come out, and y'all all want to hear it. So here we go. Um, so my job, I went on the aging arborist with Breaking Paul and was talking about how my job changed about really around about the same time I talked with Jack, or maybe it was a little after I talked with Jack.
Yeah.
Um, so I made, um, I say I, it's not an I. Our family made the decision
Yeah.
uh, f- to to shift what I was doing. Like it was a lot of travel, a lot of training, a lot of computer work, a lot of flexibility, which was cool.
Mm.
Not a whole lot of climbing, a lot of impact, but it just kept becoming more and more apparent that stuff needed to change. Um, I wasn't happy. My competitive like year wasn't going great, which wasn't is not a reason to change your job. Everybody, I'm not saying that like, oh, I sucked at comp this year. I should go get a different job. That's not what I'm saying. Um, just be better at it. That is what I'll say. That's
Suck
what I tell
less.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
suck less, Jeff.
Yeah.
Um, but it is like not climbing a whole lot. It's pretty easy to connect the dots as to see how you go to a competition that's all about climbing and then see that, oh, I didn't
Yeah. You did.
didn't do
Your
as well.
results aren't there. Yeah.
So so I was like, well, how can I climb more? I can do something different. What can I do different? Well, that part I didn't know. My buddy at True Timber um, went on sabbatical. I stepped back in short term to just kind of help keep the day to day operations going. And the more
Yeah.
we did it, and the more Kelsey and I talked about it, and the more we prayed over it, it just felt like that's what we were being called back into was to go back into True Timber, go back into working for the same company, be home more, travel less, still travel some, but not nearly gone as much as I was, which I know is,
Yeah.
you still travel way more than I was traveling. But um, so stepped back in that role, and I've been full time now, back running our operations and climbing, 4 4 days a week, on jobs, doing a bunch of training. It's been real
Heck
fun.
yeah.
Our
Yeah.
shared note has been a lot more full. Well, not this last week.
Yeah.
But
Slacking.
so yeah, I know. Just big old dummy, fat, slow, out of shape dummy.
Yeah.
Um, um, but the in and amongst that, trying to like get my head wrapped around being back doing that job has led to like this podcast is just not happening for a while.
Mhm.
But also rethinking like, okay, when it does happen again, it
Hmm.
needs to be different. Like I feel it every time I do an episode, like it's just not what I have wanted it to be.
Hmm.
And I'll stop talking in a minute. But um but the origin of the whole thing was to get a lot of the knowledge out of my head around the rule book recorded so that way other people, myself included, could listen to that rule book. Like driving, the amount of driving I do, listen to my own, Kermit the Frog voice talk through this stuff just to try to drill it into my head more and more, but also knowing that like it's got to help somebody.
Somebody, yeah.
Uh, and and that part of like the why of the podcast like was accomplished. Like
Hmm.
I read through the rule book. I read through the last update. When the next update comes, I'll read through that update again, like do that whole thing. But I was like, this could be so much more.
Hmm.
And all the podcasts that I listen to, the ones that are like the ones I love to listen to, are not just one guy just in his basement talking to himself.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to talk to somebody else like regularly. And I was like,
Yeah.
who do I want to talk to all the time? I was like, well, who do I talk to all the time anyway?
Right now.
Was Evan. Like like I'm constantly, yeah, always hitting you up. So I was like, okay, let's just see if Evan would be into like co-hosting this thing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bear shit in the woods, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, so we've got the rule book out of the way, right? Um, at least for me, as a listener of the podcast, and one time guest, I think the the episodes that I really enjoyed, not not that I didn't enjoy listening to you talking to yourself in your basement, but when you spoke with other competitors and you get their stories and what kind of makes them tick and what the competitive world has meant to them and their process in that. There's something magical about that, and I think it speaks volumes to why we all love this community so much is that it is that human connection. It is the fact that you know our three people will meet each other and then within 36 hours we're like best friends and hugging and can't wait to go see each other again. And every time you show up at a competition, it's a family reunion. And it's that vibe all the time, and I think that's what you have with this podcast. And so is that the direction that you want to take this thing, or do you want to just not be a lonely guy in your basement? You want to just we could chat and film it too. That's fine. I don't,
yeah,
I don't mind.
yeah. Yeah. Our wives already think we're weird enough. Let's see, I
Oh
just
yeah,
add one
yeah,
more weird component to our
yeah,
friendship. Yeah,
yeah.
like we talk and we just record it. Yeah.
Jen,
Where does it
Jen,
go?
De-
It
De-
just gets stored.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jen was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. You're gonna talk to Jeff, and you're gonna okay, whatever."
Uh,
she's just accepted it at this point.
yeah. Yeah. That's good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me chat with your husband. Um, when he could be in bed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, it's both of those. Like, I don't really want to just keep chatting by myself in my basement. But I mean, it's the same thing with our shared note with with the Diamond Dogs of like
Yeah.
it's the whole accountability thing of like I know every day that you and Brick are doing something. I don't know what you're doing until you put it in the note, but I know you're doing something,
Yeah.
which then motivates me to then want to do something. Which this is
Yeah.
very similar in that way of like, you know, if we have if we know we need to put something out,
Yeah.
then it's us working together to put something out. And not just putting something out just for the sake of putting something out. Like I
Sure.
still I still don't want to compromise on that part of it. It's just like, oh, let's just have, we got to sometimes it's like I'll listen to like a Theo Von, podcast and I'm like I mean, that was entertaining just because he had no idea
Yeah,
really what he
but
was getting into.
it was fluff
Uh,
or filler, you know.
yeah, and that's like part of the allure as well. It's like, okay, I don't know who this person is either. So like when he interviewed the Amish kid, I was like,
Yeah.
this is hilarious. This is beautiful content. That totally felt like, oh no, let's just grab this guy out of the crowd type moment. So that's not,
I
and I
haven't
don't
seen that
foresee.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good listen. It's a,
Okay.
maybe not while you're working out because you're gonna laugh a lot,
Yeah.
like,
Nice.
or maybe because it makes like lifting harder.
There you go.
So like I was doing push-ups and I couldn't do all 50 in one go because it was just I was laughing too much.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, it's I mean like I feel like we can have more consistency with whatever that frequency is, and
Yeah.
I don't think we need to tell everybody what that frequency is because I've made that mistake once a few times with everyone. It's just like, oh, I'm going to try to do this, and then it doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
that's something we can chat about offline, but it's more of a like this is this is the new vibe. It's going to be more if it's nothing else other than just more fun for us to
Yeah.
just talk through competitive stuff and other
Yeah.
people listen to it, then
Yeah.
whatever. But still interview folks like and I mean the cool thing about it is like if there's a week that we can't both be on like one of us could take the interview or the other or
Yeah.
we both could be on it or something. Like it's
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. Stuff can still happen if, my
Yeah.
once a year sickness,
Yeah.
takes
Shows
me
up.
out and I
Yeah.
can't move. Yeah. Just watch
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings for 2 days.
Yeah. I think there is some beauty in that yin and yang though. Like, certainly with the aging podcast, with Paul and Brick, they complement each other so well. And I think that brings, a lot of value to that podcast. Not to say that we have to replicate any of that. We're doing our own thing, but you know, it is it is cool to see that bounce back and forth. And it just seems like um, sometimes interviews can, they can flow a little bit better
Mhm.
or just differently when you have you know three people in that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, or like when I inevitably talk to the whole Aussie team at once, I'm gonna need like this
You're
whole
gonna
time
need
I'm
some
like, I need
support.
help, I need help, I need help.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
like and I can't wait for it. I'm like so excited for that because I love every single one of them. Um but it's but that kind of thing of like, yeah. This isn't like a new concept in the world of podcasting
Right.
either. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I, for one, am stoked. Like, just to thank you for agreeing to do this because I was like, if Evan doesn't do it, I'm gonna ask my brothers, and I don't think they want to do it, but they would do it because they're my brothers.
Yeah, right.
Um,
It'd be a little
and
begrudging with Zach, but he'd do it
yeah, you want to talk about competition, dude? Can we like just talk about like
the
killing
whole time.
trees? Like, yeah. Um, like, we can talk about that. Like, we can talk about tree work. That's fine. We got to talk about ringing bells too.
Heck yeah.
So, anyway, yeah.
Well,
So everyone
yeah,
that's listening, that's the I guess the plan moving forward through 2026. No promises that another episode is going to come out before the end of the year, but it's more of trying to like I guess prime the waters for next year at the very least of like, all right, the smooth saw just gained another smooth saw.
yeah,
Uh, yeah,
heck yeah. Well,
yeah,
speaking of smooth saws, because you and I were supposed to go down, and both of us had to back out at the last minute. But
yeah.
there has been a fair amount of activity towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So there was Georgia. Um, the Charlotte is back, which is rad. And then Latin American tree climbing championships just went down,
Yeah,
right? Last weekend,
yeah.
which was pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
I mean the weekend we're recording it, like they just
Yeah.
um yeah, yeah, Masters winners got shared this morning.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
it
right.
was late last night, but yeah. Yeah, LATCC.
Yeah.
So,
You went down there when? How many years ago?
not
Not for
for
LA?
that.
Okay.
No. No, because LATCC, their first one was last year. So
No,
I went
okay.
down for a aerial rescue based competition 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. And
Two.
that was in
Nice.
Guadalajara.
Dang.
So yeah, it was Noah Rodriguez kind of set that up with the Mexican Arborist Association to replicate the aerial rescue challenge we did with Wesper that
Okay.
started back in 2019.
Yeah.
Happened. It's funny. It's this shirt is across the room from me.
Sick.
Um, Along with the Mexican rescue shirts. But the
Nice.
yeah, ARC happened in Seattle in 2019. Pretty
Yep.
sure Dave did it again in 2020 or
Yep.
2021.
21. I went there in
21.
21.
Yeah, so I didn't go there for that one.
No.
And then it stopped, and then in 23 or no, 2022, we went down to Mexico and did it
Cool.
in Mexico.
Nice.
So yeah, but yeah, LATCC. This is their second year doing it. Um, Let me pull. Trying to remember who won it last year.
I
I
thought
know
Wagner won it
Asumi.
last year.
No, I don't
Mm.
think he did. Um, I know Asumi did. Um, but Wagner won this year as the male champion. Asumi now is
Nice.
two-time LATCC winner,
Heck yeah.
which is super cool. I met
Yeah.
both of them at that aerial rescue event down in Guadalajara for the first
Okay.
time. So
Awesome.
um, yeah, yeah. Asumi gave me this really cool coin that is hanging up in my truck that I've kept with me ever since then. It was like a good luck charm.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
uh, but yeah, they're super cool. Super
Yeah.
cool to see another regional event happen, but
Right.
specifically one in Latin America.
Yeah. Yeah. Long time coming for them, for sure. Very cool. Yeah. And then I know uh, Charlotte happened. What was that? The week or two before.
Yeah, that
Um,
was the weekend after we didn't go to Georgia.
right. Yep. Fletcher, I think, took home for male, and my girl Anna from Ohio
Yep.
killed it. Took
Mhm.
home the W for the women, which was super cool. And then Georgia TCC was Johnny Lopez. So Johnny made it into Masters at both Charlotte and
Mhm.
Georgia. I love watching that guy climb. He's like
Yeah.
he reminds me a lot of you because he just goes way higher than like you'd need at all. We just that's a reasonable time point. Well, so is that one, like 15 feet higher than that. And just go get it. It's
Yeah.
awesome to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always loved that about J-Lo too.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I
Mm-hmm.
thought he'd climb like me, but he actually like goes up into the tree.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
his that dude can throw a throw line, man. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
um very, very skilled with that throw line.
Yep. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got I think he beat me uh at Worlds in Savannah. I think he got second in throw line. I got third,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah. Yep,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, love watching that dude climb. He's
Yep.
super good.
Yeah, and I mean, since the last episode of this, ITCC has happened,
Uh,
which neither of us were at.
Nope.
Um, so which stung in a lot of levels, but we are
And
both Tolkien nerds, which
yes.
added to the sting.
Oh, that was bitter.
So that was a bitter,
That was a
especially in
bitter.
all,
Yeah.
yeah, especially in all of our conversations throughout the year of like, man, if we make it to New Zealand, we both make it to New Zealand, like we're gonna nerd out, like both
Yeah.
on the
My
climbing competitive thing, but then like go like just shock and awe, do the whole Lord of the Rings full tourist experience. Like,
Yeah, if y'all could see Jeff and I's messaging on Instagram, we have a group chat that happens pretty frequently between me, Brick, and Jeff, and it's usually just like motivational chat and like getting people
stupid
pumped
stuff.
up. Yeah, and then our chat is usually just different stuff about Tolkien.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to James for taking it back
Yep.
and Sarah, right?
Steph.
Steph,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back to
Repeat.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So a Kiwi and a
Amazing.
former Kiwi, but
Yeah.
still a
Right.
Kiwi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was yeah, I hated not being there for a lot of reasons. It was also like right in the middle of like, okay, I'm not going to travel as much.
Yeah. All that transition.
And
Yeah.
then to be like, peace, I'm going to go to New Zealand
Yeah.
for a week and a half.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, this feels like a terrible husband move here to just be like, let's I know we've been talking over this whole thing. Let me just like put that on pause for a second so I can run to the other side of the world.
But I
Um,
swear, this is what we're
yeah,
doing. Yeah.
honey,
Believe
this is
me.
the last time. It's never gonna
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like hashtag adulting grown up moments of like, okay, you
Yeah.
gotta like truly see like where the priorities are. So,
Mm.
um, but still, I would wake up 5 a.m.
Yeah.
to messages from Stephanie Earhart of how the competition's going, and then it's like I'd spend the next hour just laying in my bed just messaging and watching Instagram video, like consuming whatever content I
Oh
could
yeah. Yep.
from
As
there. So
yeah, as much as possible.
yeah.
What's your biggest or what's one thing that you have taken out of not being there this year? Because you've been in there several years.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. What's different
So
about this year because you're not there?
in terms of what?
Just like where your head's at, what you've learned, where your preparation's at
Mm,
now,
got it.
what you're doing differently.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. To be honest, after Savannah, I was like, do I still want to do this?
Hmm.
Like that whole drive back from Savannah was like, do I want to keep doing this? And then through this year, well, up to Mac in April, I was like I was trained, but again, like I was saying, I wasn't climbing in the field
Yep.
as much. Like I was climbing some, but it was like maybe once every 2 weeks I
Hmm.
would go and actually get to climb on a job site and make some sawdust. And I
Hmm.
was like training as much as I could, but it's like what I've learned over this since Mac to now is really affirming that I personally cannot just train for competition. I have to like be on the
Do
sharp
the
end.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, in order to like feel the most confident I can feel in a tree,
Yep.
being in my harness, swinging around on ropes and making big moves like I make like to make big moves.
Yep.
It that confidence is built really from just doing it with a saw hanging off my harness and running out and making precision cuts and all that kind of standing. It's weird to say to some people that not everybody gets it, but like even like doing removals, because like we do a fair amount of you know pretty pretty big removals,
Yeah.
and even like standing on spikes and cutting the cranes and all that stuff. It's just that whole like mental
Yeah.
fortitude that comes with it. So, but then not qualifying for the first time since 2018 um was like it hurt, but
Mm.
it was also like I needed that. I needed to get kicked in the crotch in that way of just like, let's, do I really want it? Do I not really want it? And then it's like not stripped away from me because it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like it's mine. It's like I deserve to be there. Like
Right.
it's anybody's shot, but it's like, but not making it
Yeah.
hurt so bad that I was like, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
There's the
There's that
fire.
fire. Yeah.
It's been it's been I think just like kind of hot burning coals
Mm.
for a while, but like that that swift kick and it being not being a possibility this year
Mm-hmm.
was just like, okay, game on.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I know that this is where like that I truly do love this. And I don't want, it's not that it's guaranteed that it won't ever happen again, but it's like,
Sure.
you know, I certainly wasn't working as hard at it as I did years ago. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things like talking with you and Brick, and of what's been really cool is to like play with devices to get to the point where it's like now I feel like I can move on my runner and specifically the Vertec
Yeah.
the way I was moving on a rope wrench
On the
back in
wrench.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
And that like that I can't really describe that feel other than like the when I had to leave Georgia to come home because my dad like was not in a good way and like went to the hospital and like
Yeah.
you know it's just another one of those like yeah, family first. Does this suck because I'm down in Georgia already and I got to drive all the way back? Yes, this
Yeah.
sucks. Like getting
Yep.
a phone call at 1 a.m. of like, hey, I know it's Saturday morning and you're supposed to compete in a few hours, but it's like you gotta come home.
I need you to come home.
Uh, and and it's like, yeah, would do it again. Like would do it 11 times out of 10. Wouldn't
Right.
wouldn't think twice about it.
Yep.
But that was the first competition I was going into since all of all all of the training, and I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I just wanted to I just wanted to get after it again. And I haven't
Yeah.
had that feeling, Evan. I haven't had that feeling of like I just am chomping at the bit
Hmm.
to get after this comp. I haven't had that feeling in years.
Huh.
Um, um, of just I've always loved it, but I
Yeah.
haven't had that like that cedar level like
Yeah. Like
breathing of breathing this fire for competition.
that boy.
Um, and it's like, well, I know where he gets it from.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets it on between Kelsey and I both. But
Yeah.
that's uh that's a big thing for me. I guess long answer long is the big thing I learned was where that fire was and then how to stoke that fire again.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. I went through a number of emotions. Um, Certainly the the high of um getting connected, like just in Savannah, making it to ICC for the first time was awesome. But I think more importantly, making connections, much more meaningful connections with you and with Brick, and finding two people that support you, understand what you're going through, and in so many ways, that's been a blessing. But then to get to that, and then to go to San Antonio and have a really good outcome there, that was awesome. Didn't have what I wanted in masters, but at the same time, like all the training and getting up to that point was, I wanted to prove to myself that I can compete with everybody in our continent and accomplish that goal, which was amazing. And then just didn't have what I wanted in masters, which is fine. Followed up very shortly after by Ohio this year, and doing good. I had one of the better rescues that I've ever had. I think I scored 48.66 or something like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
So not bad.
yeah,
And
man.
Lil,
That's
Lily,
that fire's coming through my screen here. Man, goodness gracious. That's
Lily
hot.
Soderlin was the head judge. So, she wasn't giving anything.
No.
Um, so that was
Well, honestly,
cool.
dude, if they'd have given you a 50,
No, I
anyone,
didn't. No,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
there's
no.
no such thing as a perfect score,
No,
man.
sir.
Like,
No, 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 no. No,
so, but a
I,
48, whew,
yeah. Um, yeah. And then just didn't have a great, master's run. Um, Learning more about myself. I think you and we've talked about this several times, but just having that killer instinct, and knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And I just didn't turn it on. Excuse me, didn't turn it on at all on Sunday, and it showed. I didn't climb all that great, and then to miss. And I'm so happy. Um, that our chapter is getting better and better and better every year. There's a ton of new people that are coming in, that if you look around at all the other events that are going on regionally, they're all at them. So that they're hungry. And if I don't train and get my shit together, uh, yeah, I won't be doing anything. And to be in the ring with Nick Markley and Dustin Ford again was awesome, and I'm super happy for Dustin. But we talked about it several times. Like, New Zealand is a huge bucket. It's a bucket list for sure, and
oh no,
I don't even know if it's top three. I think it is the top. Yeah, that's just one
yeah,
of the places I really want to go.
oh yeah,
So to kind of go through those same emotions, that weekend or the week leading up and the weekend of, and seeing all the stuff go through the socials, it definitely hurt. But it also, I think it helps put things in perspective as well for me. Understanding what I've got at home, my beautiful wife and three girls, and all the stuff that we got going around here. You know, it's it was great to put it into perspective. Let's just say that. Um, at the end of the day, what I want to do, is ideally help change this industry for the better, get more people into it, give people a chance, kind of like I was given, when I first started into it. Um, and I think that's what I'm doing with my role where I'm at Davy. And but at the same time, there is nothing that can substitute that fire and the drive and the competitive juices when they get flowing. And we've always had it. I think you and I have always had it our whole life, and found it, through this avenue. And I want to do it until I can't physically do it anymore. So it's pretty cool.
preach,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's spot on. Just puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, And I mean, it's the same stuff that we tell our kids of like you can't get everything you want,
Yeah.
right? And you
Yeah.
know you can work your tail off. There's always going to be somebody out there working.
Yeah.
Somebody's always going to be better than you. Like you know,
Yeah.
unless you're the Michael Jordans of the world, the Mia Hams, the like just these like nobody like just completely change the game type folks like
Yeah.
so
Yeah. But
yeah.
even to that end, though, I think it's a hard lesson that we all learn. And even like the greatest in our industry right now, um, you could be the most prepared, you could be the in your best physical shape, you can do all of these things, and then that day, there's reason why they say may the throw line gods be ever in your favor. It
Right.
sometimes it just doesn't bounce your way, and um you shouldn't let that deter you. You shouldn't let that keep you from pursuing this thing, because it is a worthwhile thing. I know I can speak for both of us. Neither one of us would be in the positions where we are professionally, spiritually, physically, if it weren't for this environment. I owe so much of this to the people that I've met and the connections that I've made, and friendships and business relationships, and um, influences that I've had and influences that have been had on me. All of this is given right back to this community. Yeah. So those are all like those are things that we were talking about, like today. Even after Edda's basketball game, just talking to her about it, um, not getting frustrated, um, understanding that you're here to learn. And when we walked out of um, the basketball arena, just telling Ed, that what I'm most proud of is your effort today. Because you guys didn't have a great game, you played a much better team, and you got your butts whooped. But at no point did you stop trying, and at no
Right.
point did you stop hustling. And she was going after steals and rebounds all the way up until the very last second. So
Like yeah.
that's the stuff that you got to be proud of. And same thing in the this climbing environment. you know you don't, just because you had one bad event doesn't mean the rest of it can't go good, and you can still squeak in. we've you and
Oh yeah.
we've both done it.
Yep.
you know
Yep.
but
Yeah. No, that's yeah. Terry Boston and I, the only ones ever in the history of ITCC to tie down to the what hundredth of a point. No way to come up with a tiebreaker to make it into Masters. Like talk about squeaking in. Like to the point where they're like, "Yeah, boys, you both go do it. We
you're
don't
in.
know how to do this.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
go ahead."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was Knoxville, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Terry and I are just like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Also, way to go."
Yeah.
Yeah. We should do this more often. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Heck yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's that whole thing, like, once you walk outside the tape, that event's done. You
Yeah.
can't go back and change it. Same thing, like,
Mm.
once you walk off the court, final buzzer
Yeah.
goes off. Game's
Yeah.
done. You can't do
Yeah.
anything about it other than
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'll be
take what
damned
went
if you
well.
stop before that thing goes off.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, that's just like yeah. It's great when, like, as a parent, when you get to see, like, your parenting pay off in a way like that of just like, yeah, these things that we talk about,
Yeah.
like, I'm not just talking about them with you. It's like, so when you get to see, yeah, Etta just like stay in it the entire time of like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was like what our parents did with us of just like,
That's what I was gonna
it ain't
say.
over till it's over. And even if it
Yeah.
looks like it's obvious, you will run to
Yeah.
and from that field.
Yep.
Like you will sprint and give 100% at all times.
Yeah.
You will not come home with clean clothes. They will
Yeah.
be dirty from maximum
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
So
How how many times have you talked to your parents about the same stuff? Like, man, now that I'm here and we're seeing Etta and Cedar out on the field. Man, I can't help but think back to all the times that you were
oh
talking and preaching and yelling and, trying to
yeah.
motivate and do all those things. Like, you're right. You're so
hmm
right.
Lucy's dance recital on
Yeah.
Saturday. It
Yep.
came up at lunch afterwards. Like, and we don't like Lucy's the first girl in the family. Us going
Yep.
to a dance recital was one of the most hilarious things to me that we've done as a family because it's like we couldn't be more out of our element of like and like Kelsey and I
Yeah.
are
Whole
like
bunch of
the
Indian
most in
boys
our
like,
element.
what in the
Yeah.
world? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm like doing motions like, in the crowd of like what she's supposed to be doing because she, got all nervous and stuff. And
Yeah.
but we're just like, we don't know this world. Like
Right. Yep.
we know
That's
we
so
know
cool.
rough and tumble and, sweat and blood and tears and,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, this whole delicate, beautiful thing that this is, like there are no girls in the family. So,
Yep. Yep.
but even that whole thing of like, yeah, talking talking with the uh the parents about that of just like, yeah, I say thank you and I'm sorry. Like that's like
Yeah.
I'm like
Yep.
thank you and I'm
A
sorry
lot.
for how I
Yep.
was when I was like that because I now get it. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's so cool. We
So,
are we are quite blessed and fortunate be where we're at, you and I.
oh, what a privilege it is to, you know, 10 o'clock at night be talking
Yeah.
about tree climbing competitions. like
Yeah.
like on the grand that's one of the funny things too of like doing these industry events
Yeah.
and stuff and you're talking to folks and like you really have a moment where you like kind of step back and like take it all in and you're like,
Huh.
yeah, this is pretty sick that like the career has led to this point where
Yeah. Well,
I'm talking
when
to
it
people. Yeah, like I'm hanging out with my best friend, talking about tree climbing competitions on a podcast.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
Not a
we're
bad
not like,
gig,
oh,
man.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Nice.
it's
But
pretty cool.
what are you thinking coming up? I know you're talking we don't want to put any timelines on it, but at the same time, we can hold each other accountable to that. Um, are we thinking where you're at? Well, I mean, we got
September 7th.
3 weeks. Yeah, we got 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So, and we all know what's coming up. So,
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, I would, yeah, I would like to get another one out before the end of the year. I mean, but realistically, I think we could get another one at least recorded
sure.
to
Yeah, yeah,
release in the beginning of the year. So,
yeah.
I also feel like if it'll be one thing when we interview people, um, to not really put much of a time limit on that, and not even like with you and I necessarily being super worried about having a hard stop. But I do feel like when it is just me and you, maybe having a little bit, it might be better for us to have them be shorter episodes, not have them just be these 3 hour long. Because, dude, like editing that,
Oof,
if for no other
painful.
reason other than that,
Yeah.
even with it, like this is the only thing I've willingly like accept using AI with. Um,
Nice.
it uh, it still takes an incredible amount of time. So,
Sure.
but then it also can like crank more out if we're a little bit more concise in a way. Or we'll see. We'll just kind of
Yeah.
again be tree people about it and just kind of go where the wind takes us. But
Heck yeah.
that's kind of my thought.
I'm down.
Um, I will take the opportunity to go ahead and start plugging geezers now,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Um, third weekend in January. still is Legends of the Geezers tree climbing competition. If you're unfamiliar with it, look it up. It's they have their own social media presence now, which is super cool. But it's held in Apopka, right?
A Pope.
Apopka, Florida.
Yeah, tomato,
Apopka.
tomato, Apopka, Apopka.
Somebody's
Outside of
somebody from
Orlando.
Florida. Somebody
Yeah.
from Florida is gonna pop up and be like, "You've been
Yeah.
saying," it's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
It's down. Yeah, it's outside of Orlando. Yeah.
Yep.
Camp Weewa, at the same place it's been for the last several years.
Yeah.
Um, the week leading up to that competition, the setup is happening. We'll be doing a training day.
Yep.
All that good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, it's a
There
little bit
are
different.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are very few climbing competitions like it. Um, if for those of you that are unfamiliar with it, it was originally set up as an event to help folks understand how to actually judge the events, and has uh, more or less evolved into an event that is catered specifically towards those same folks. So the same folks that you would normally see on the volunteer or the judging side of it tend to be the older folks, ones that have been around for a while and maybe aren't competing as much anymore or aren't competing at all. It is an event for them. So the criteria is it's anyone that's 40 years of age or older can actually compete, and anybody else can be a volunteer, but to compete you have to be at least 40 years old. Um, and there aren't any other events like it. It is, to me, in my opinion, it is the most welcoming, friendly, loving tree climbing competition of the year. And I wouldn't, this will be my second year of being able to compete, but I don't want to. I really like being on that side of it. It's just such a
Yeah.
cool atmosphere.
Yeah. It is one of one. That is for sure. It loosely follows the ISA's score sheets and rule book. Um, Things happen a little bit different. Like there's no ascent time. It's just gut
Yeah.
style. The height isn't the same. Um, but it'll feel very similar. Like if you're familiar with the ISA competition format, it feels very, very comfortable in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
The way I really preach it to people is like it's a way that those of us who compete, it's a way for us to give back to the folks that volunteer so much of their time. So,
Yeah.
and because for all intents and purposes, the majority of the competitors at Geezers are usually the ones volunteering at the other competitions. It
Well
doesn't break
said.
out that cleanly,
Yeah.
but it is a way for us to say thank you, while also helping you be a better volunteer and competitor for tree
Yeah.
climbing competitions because it's like the
Yeah.
best. I mean, other than training for it, other than competing more, another big leg up, other than maybe listening to this podcast, is uh uh is like holding that score sheet and just being locked
Yeah.
into work climb for a full day
Yeah.
and just running through that score sheet over and over and over and over and being like, why is that a 3 instead of a 2? Or why is that a
Yeah.
2 instead of a 1? Like,
Yep.
why did you score it that way? So that's
Yeah.
when I've been able to be the head judge at, being able to like when we come together and talk about it as like, okay, does anybody have any questions? You know, I would consider that movement this, but don't,
Yeah.
you know, take it as that. Like let's have a discussion if you want to. So
Yeah.
it's a great training opportunity, pretty low key. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Yeah. There's a lot to be gained from, if you are a competitor, taking the time, not only just giving back to, to all the other volunteers, and paying your dues. If all you're doing is competing, I think it's somewhat selfish because it is a volunteer event everywhere. But there's a lot to be said for being on that side of it, and looking at how other people uh, see how to perform an event, or see how you would judge it, and then look over at your neighbor, like, hey, what did you think of that? There's a lot to be gained from that, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's in
And
Florida,
helping with
and
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
in Florida, and in the third week of January, so we have
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground, and I'm pretty confident that won't be down there, or I hope.
Yeah.
Be really, really
Yeah.
mad.
We have like 3 that are supposed to fall tonight. Um, I hate it. I hate snow,
It's not
but I
like
don't love
that.
the heat enough to move down to
Yeah, yeah,
Florida.
even
So,
farther. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, our trees are too cool here.
Yeah, y'all
But
got some big uns.
yeah, but it is like a great primer to start the rest of the competition season
Yep.
is,
Yeah,
like that's the way I kind of look at it also is like,
sure.
okay, cool. Geezer, time for geezers, time to go down, like get a bunch of dry runs in, get the brain activated again, like coming out of
Yeah,
Christmas and New Year's and
yep,
like lock back in a way.
yep,
Because I mean, like we're both springtime chapters, so
yep,
it's like before before we know it, it's dancing time.
yeah, yep, for sure.
And then on that note, on I mean
Yeah.
on that note, like North Americans in your I mean not only pretty much your backyard, but your Papa Davy's backyard.
Yep. Yeah, we were there, or I was there the day before. They were walking around and picking out trees, but it is officially a go, and I'm so pumped that I think there are very few times now where I'm being in the industry long enough that things are um that you can be taken back by, or just be absolutely amazed by. And I think, and I'm not saying that because I work for the company. I'm saying that because of the investment that we have put into this facility and this property. It's incredible, man, and I'm really excited to share it with the rest of the community. I'm interested to see what trees they pick. The seed campus, um, it's an old golf course that had sat, unused for a number of decades, but it just happens to be across the street from our corporate office. Well, it's got 150 and 200-year-old trees in there, and they're all over that facility. So, there could be some logistical challenges depending on which trees they choose, but the committee, I'm sure, is they're all over it. Rick Denbo and uh, who else is on the committee right now? I think Warren's still there. Bushnell, Jared,
I mean,
those
Ripple
guys.
have, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, they're all over it. So I'm sure it'll be an awesome event. But yeah, I'm super pumped to have it there, and um, excited to compete and hopefully make it back into the dance. And
yeah,
luck goes our way, we'll be dancing together.
yeah, yeah,
It'll be cool.
yeah. No, that'll be Ohio, man. Um, yeah. It no, that is cool. I have not been to the facility yet.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been chomping at the bit since I first heard that y'all were doing this.
yeah,
And then when Hadier told me that he got involved with the indoor part of it, I was like, oh well, now I really want to go.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so yeah, it'll be cool stepping foot on there. And then
yeah.
didn't you say your dad like helped with the log cabin there?
Yeah, so there's the excuse me, one of the main um, air, I don't know, rooms, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's a big conference room. Um, it's a timber frame barn, and the timber frame was a part. It didn't belong in the uh, at the golf course, but it somehow made its way into storage on the golf course. And the executive vice president who was responsible for the entire seed campus, Dan Joy, found the frame, going through all of the buildings when they purchased the property. And Dan and my parents are really close friends. Dan's wife, Lisa, I grew up next to her parents for 20 plus years. So I've known Lisa and Dan since I was 5. And so when Dan found the structure, he knew that my dad was an avid timber frame builder and enthusiast. And so he gave him a call and said, "Hey, would you mind coming and take a look at this?" And I guess Dad was there for maybe a couple minutes, and he said, "You do what you need to do, but you absolutely should save this, do something with it." And so I guess what the rumor is that Dan Joy pitched it to the CEO, Pat Covey, and he used the one of the episodes of my parents' old house, because my parents used to live in a timber frame barn um, for a number of years. My dad and I put it up, I think like 15 years ago or so now. But they actually had a ABC, or not ABC, but like a Nat Geo or a History Channel, one of those channels. They came and filmed an episode, and it was the TV series. It's called "You Live in What?" and question marks. And that one of the episodes that they did was of their house, and so Dan showed it to Pat, and Pat said yes. So now it's part of the facility. It's really really cool. I'm
That's
excited
awesome.
to show people. Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So see, and you didn't even try to recruit anyone to Davy in that whole thing there.
nope, nope, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm pumped, man. It'll be cool to see that for sure.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because haven't talked to you about it before, but then also
yeah,
knowing your dad a little bit, so that'll be cool to like put the
yeah.
lore
To see
of
that, yeah,
his craftsmanship into actual
yeah,
uh yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
that'll be sick, dude. And then the tree,
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like, as much as I crap in Ohio, there are fun trees in Ohio. So
yeah.
you still have oaks. They're not like
Yep.
our oaks, but you still have
Nope.
oaks.
Nope.
Um
We don't have laurels. That's for sure.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Um, so, but that'll be cool, and
yeah,
it'll be North American, so it's kind of like it'll be. I'd be surprised if they don't set up something super cool. I mean,
yeah,
if for no like, especially because it's like Davy's such a big part of the competitive world that it's
yeah,
like, okay, we really need to show up and show out here. So
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of buzz about it. I'm sure that our marketing team and uh, the recruiting team and everybody there at the corporate office. It'll be a big event, not just for the industry, but certainly for the company too. We're
Oh
very
yeah.
much looking forward to it.
Well, anybody that would think that wouldn't happen is just kidding themselves.
Right.
Like that's
Yeah.
such a sick business opportunity. Why?
Yeah.
You
Right. Yeah.
why wouldn't you
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
So, uh,
Yeah.
no, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love to poke fun at the big companies, but I have a incredible appreciation for the investment that they
Yeah.
all make. But I mean, Davies just like goes above and beyond so often.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I've spent a long time working for a small company, and in many ways, I owe them where I'm at now because again, they gave me a spot before I was in the fire service, and they gave me an opportunity when I didn't feel like I had one, and I know a lot to them, but at the same time, working for a company like Davy and working for the leadership that we have now and the investment into the future and what they want to do and what they want to represent for an industry like arboriculture. It's fun to be a part of, and it's also um, I'm very thankful that I get to support my family and my wife and my kids through making sawdust. Which is pretty wild. Um, but yeah, it's companies like that give us an opportunity, and like I said, I feel like I'm indebted to that and owed to bring more people on, give more people opportunities. It's kind of the same opportunities that I've been given to, and just share the stoke in many ways, just like we do at the climate competitions.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Well, let me ask you a question before we wrap.
yeah.
So, what is it that you're really hoping we we accomplish
With
moving
this,
forward? Yeah.
well, in many ways, I just felt bad for you because you were just talking to yourself in the basement. That's just weird.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for having pity on me. Yeah. Yeah. It but they
No,
do say misery loves company.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
That's why I'm here. Um, no, I have, like I said, I've enjoyed being a listener, and have gotten a lot out of it, and also very much enjoy meeting more tree people and talking to them and just having conversations with like-minded folks. I'm all about it. So any opportunity to do that, and also any opportunity to hang out and chat with you, I'm good with. So that's really all I hope to get out of it. Other than like you said, I think the why comes from hearing feedback from people or getting direct messages, or when you're out in the community, man, that episode really helped me. I got my first medal, or I placed in this event. I never would have done that. Like that's obviously the why. I think it also, we haven't talked about it much, but um and and I bring up Paul and Brick because I admire them and I really like their podcast as well. But I think it's important to talk about what you were talking about before, and in that, finding support and doing what you're doing or what we're doing now. There's, it's not a, it's not a bad thing to ask for that. It's not a bad thing to receive it. Um, and I don't want Brick and Paul to feel any less than either, because I think what they're doing for our community is amazing, and I enjoy it. And there's a lot of other podcasts out there in the world that are doing the same thing for their communities, and they're getting um, they're getting some kickback or whatever you want to call it. It's not a dirty word, but just thought I'd throw that out there too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree wholeheartedly. I said it when I was on their podcast of just like it's not a little thing.
No.
This whole endeavor. It feels like it because I mean, as a consumer of media,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's you just hit play and
Yeah.
it's like oh, and then the ads pop up and you're like skip, skip, skip,
Yeah.
skip.
Yep.
Um, and it's like yeah, I mean so I mean this isn't to say that like we're gonna all of a sudden like sponsored by Better Me. Um, uh like random stuff like it I mean if folks want to kick in sponsorship stuff that's cool. I'm constantly sending emails and messages to different companies and um like the other thing I've been doing this year is I've been like experimenting sounds bad. I've just been taking different supplements this year.
Mm,
Like historically, my whole adult life, well, the majority of my adult life it was vegetarian, like
mm-hmm,
largely plant based. Excuse me. So I took a multivitamin to because I knew I wasn't getting certain vitamins because I was only eating plants. So for the most part, I've for the majority of my adult life taken a multivitamin and vitamin C just to try to stave off, you know, sickness
whatever.
and work in like echinacea pretty regularly and
Mm,
drink a lot of kombucha and all this stuff. This year I have just because I can feel that my body is, you know, aches a little bit more. I've incorporated like different supplements. Like I started
mm,
taking creatine this year. Not because I'm trying to get yoked, because that just is not in the cards for me. Like at 39 years old, uh, I don't I don't foresee a possibility of Jeff Inman being like 265, just like jacked bodybuilder.
yeah,
Um, I don't want to see it. Kelsey doesn't want to see it. I don't think the world needs to see it. Wants to see it. But it's interesting, like incorporating that supplement, like
yeah,
how it just feels. I mean, it's not like some sort of HGH, like
yeah,
he's doping. Like we got to
yeah,
start drug testing for. But even though, so like like I reached out to the creatine company that I have been getting my stuff from to be like, hey, my buddy and I have this podcast. You want to think about maybe sponsoring us?
yeah,
Um, so
yeah, yeah,
why not?
yeah, right on.
Uh, do you do you take a? Because I know you do like a cocktail in the morning.
Yeah,
Do you put collagen in your
yep,
in your cocktail? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I do protein, creatine, and collagen.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
See, so
yeah.
I'm slowly catching up. Like I started working in collagen last month,
Okay.
and as with the amount of running that I do,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was I was like, well, Kelsey and I we were doing our annual Thanksgiving run before the meal. I was telling her that like I've run basically every day for the last 2 months, and which would have ordinarily my knees and ankles would
Shot.
hurt,
Yeah,
and it hasn't.
yeah,
Like it's really odd, uh, but at the same time, it's not odd. Like
yeah.
listeners,
It works.
take care of your body and incorporate things that you don't get in your diet, and it's amazing how it can help your body feel better. Like
Voila.
yeah. Creatine's like whole thing is to like keep water in your muscles so you stay more hydrated, which then is like not a bad thing at
Right.
all. And it has the side effect of like, oh, he has a little bit of muscles, which it's like, yeah, there's not a lot on this. So it's kind of like,
A little bit
anyway,
more is not gonna hurt.
that's not going to hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
You know,
yeah, no, yeah, curious. Thank you for answering that question.
of course.
I just want to have fun. Like
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. Like
yeah,
sometimes it's just like training. It's not always going to be the thing you want to do. Um, but it should be fun. And that's where I'm excited moving
yeah,
in to this with you of just
yeah,
like there are ideas that are running through my head of like things that are possible now that I think would be, if for no other reason, just fun and funny for
yeah,
us to try.
yeah,
Of just different episode ideas and stuff that like it just wasn't wasn't overly possible before. So
yeah, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, this it can. Yeah, the grind can definitely be that. And if for anything, if it lightens it up and adds some fun into what we do, yeah, that's also a huge plus. and I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, go to bed. Um, Hopefully Jen's asleep so that way
Oh
you
yeah.
don't crawl in
Yes.
bed and then she asks like
No.
questions about
No.
this. So
No. That will
Kelsey's
not be happening.
yeah. Kelsey's not getting home for another like 4 hours. So
Right on. Cool.
yeah, I've got time to edit.
Awesome. Right on. Thanks, brother.
Cool.
Yeah. Give my best to the family.
Same.
Yep. All right, man. We'll chat soon.
All right. See you, dude.
See ya.
Bye.